Hey everybody, welcome to Physics 3301. It's our differential equations class for scientists and engineers. So I'm Professor Shank. I teach physics and math here at Randolph College. And I'm going to just give you a little run through of what the class looks like. So you should see my screen here where the class Moodle page is up. And just a few things to talk about the class. So the class is asynchronous. What that means is that you do not have to sit on Zoom with me at any given time, although there are deadlines in the class. Okay, so it's not a good idea to um, wait till the end of the class to do all your work because all of your assignments would be late. So make sure you're looking at the deadlines for things like the homeworks and the tests. Okay. So first of all, we have my contact information, and really the best way to get a hold of me is to text me at this number. Now, again, it's the best way, but you can email me or come into office hours or ask for an office hour. If you text me after 9 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be probably going to sleep soon, so I may not get right back to you, but I'll get back to you the next day. And here is the Zoom link for any office hours you might be interested in. We do use WebAssign for this, and so if I click on this, I have to go. Okay, great. So now this is not right. Here's what you should see. My bad. So I'm logged in as a student right now. That's why it wouldn't show me that. So hopefully yours will work fine. But what you're after though is this class. This was the previous session's class. And this class is our class. Okay. And you'll see that there are assignments that will be populated in the WebAssign. And you can see that the very first one is due on this next Monday, which is the beginning of the class. So I'm recording this on Sunday. It's due tomorrow. It's really just to get you familiar with WebAssign. Some of you may never have used WebAssign before. Okay, now if you have any trouble getting to the class, if you notice here, there's a link here where if you click on this link, you should be able to get to it. And here I've written down what the section is called, okay? All right. If you have any other problems with that, I'm not the person to contact, probably WebAssign. You should contact them directly because sometimes they can fix stuff and I can't see what you're seeing, etc. Okay. Anyway, so there is also a supplementary text. This is a very cheap supplementary text you can get online, like an ebook. And I have lots of assignments from there. And the idea is just for you to be able to practice. So learning differential equations is probably one of the easiest things you can do after calculus, for sure. It is very recipe driven, so you just need to know how to which recipe you need to use to solve which differential equation. But as with all math, practice is really the key. So this book here, the Shams outline, is really a great tool for you to practice math. Okay. And then there's a calendar that kind of gives you all the deadlines, right? So there's that getting started with WebAssign, etc. Now there are 3 tests. One is at the end of week 3, that is a test on chapters 1 through 4. And then there's a test on chapters 5 through 8 at the end of week 4. And then a final exam, which is cumulative. All of those exams are timed, but they are open book, open notes. They are also multiple choice. Now, what you can do is you can write down your work on a piece of paper and I'll give you extra credit for that work. So you can always upload that and get some extra credit. Okay. And then each week looks a little bit like this. There's a to-do list that tells you like all the different things that are happening. And I recommend that when you're working on homeworks that you do each section of the homework as you go. So for instance, chapter 1, sections 1.1 and 1.2, you can do after you do this, after you watch the first lecture. And then it's fresh in your brain. So you don't go on and keep watching, chapter 1 lecture, the next one, because you're just going to forget what was in 1.1 and 1.2. And it's good to get it into your head better by actually doing problems. Okay. And then there's a handy link to WebAssign. And then these are the lectures. So here's a lecture 1, And then in the supplementary work that tells you that to look at chapter 1 in Shams, okay? And then lecture 2 and some supplementary work. This is kind of how this goes. Okay. Again, each week is kind of like this. Let's scroll down to a week where we have a test. So that is week 3. So our first test in week 3, and it's due by the 2nd of August. Now this test is timed, so if you go and you click on it, it's going to start, right, the test, and you have to finish it in time. So you can't go look at it before you're ready. That wouldn't be a good idea. And if we go down and scroll down, the test will be down here. So right here, yeah. It says do not start unless you're ready. Okay, you have 3 hours for these tests for the midterms, and I think it's 4 for the final. Okay, so this is pretty much it. Again, the final is going to be way down here. Oh, here we go. Again, you can click on this now, but you can't look at the test because it's going to start the timer. Okay. Anyway, so that's how this works. And let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to email or text me, and we'll see you well, virtually in class. Okay.